Hey you guys, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell. Now let's start. Chapter 7, Return to Konoha. The 6 members of the Yoanakuchi had spent the last 2 days getting to know each other better while they waited for Jiraiya to show up. And it wasn't until late in the afternoon on the second day of waiting since the return of Akemi and Akaru that Jiraiya finally entered the base. Welcome back, Jiraiya-sensei. I thought you would have gone to one of the other bases. I mean, this is a long way to come from the land of rice fields. Naruto greeted Jiraiya as he sat down to relax. Why not come here? This is our main hideout after all, Jiraiya said. What were you doing that was so important there anyway? The place is just a bunch of rice farmers, Naruto said. The Sound Village, Oto. It's a new village that has sprung up recently, Jiraiya said. So what? I mean, it's not like it will be a very dangerous village if it is only new, Zabuza said. That's the thing, it isn't a real village at all, which makes me wonder why they would declare themselves as one, Jiraiya said. Huh, what do you mean they're not a real village? Akaru asked. I mean, I have been over every part of the country, and there is no hidden village, but there is a hidden base owned by an old friend of mine, Jiraiya said. Orochimaru, so what is he up to now? Why declare a village that doesn't exist? Naruto questioned. Well, I have an idea, but I can't really prove it, Jiraiya replied. Well, don't just sit there, tell us what you think the scaly freak is up to, Zabuza said. He needed to be a village so he could do something only a village was allowed to do, something that forced him to make the claim of a village. I think he wants to send people who work for him for whatever reason to either the Chunin or Jounin exams in Konoha, Jiraiya said. What good would that do? New countries can only send a maximum of 2 teams to the Chunin exams, so if he plans to attack Konoha with that few units, he may as well just attack from the outside for all the good it would do him. Why not just register the teams as wandering shinobi? Itaka said. I don't know, perhaps he is after something else, or is using this as a chance to get close to Sarutobi-sensei, so he can kill him. All I know is I am positive Orochimaru has something planned during the Chunin exams, and it is never good when Orochimaru has something planned involving Konoha, Jiraiya said. So what do you suggest we do? We can't exactly warn the Hokage, if we don't know what that snake has planned, Naruto said. In that case we will just have to be on hand to stop him should anything occur, Jiraiya said. What, you want us to break into Konoha in the middle of the Chunin exams? Naruto asked. Not at all, you are going to compete, Jiraiya said. I'm what? You're kidding me, right? We don't have a village to compete for, and I don't even have a team. Naruto yelled. We will enter you as a team of wandering ninja, and I think you do have a team. Akemi is your age and has no past ninja alliances with any other village, as she was not a ninja when her brother left Kyumo. And Haku was never a ninja of Kiri, due to her bloodline limit. That will be your team, Jiraiya said. This time it was Akemi's turn to blow a fuse. You want me to compete in the Chunin exams against a bunch of weaklings? Come on, Jiraiya-sama, I mean, I am at least low Jounin level and Naruto is at the same level as Itachi. I have never seen him lose a fight. This is overkill, she yelled. I think it's a good idea, Akaru said. What, why? Akemi replied angrily. People from all over the elemental countries will be there. When one of you win the tournament, it will gain us all some reputation and people will look to find you for their missions, the angry Kunoichi's brother said calmly. Hey, what about the rest of us? Are we just going to sit on the sidelines? Zabuza asked. Actually, Zabuza, you will be going to the land of water with Itachi. We need to gain the trust of the resistance, and you are our key in. They know that you are a wanted man in Kiri for an attempt on Yagura's life in a failed coup d'etat, Jiraiya said. Heh, that does sound good. Looks like you are going with the kid for a while, Haku, Zabuza said. As you wish, Zabuza-sama, Haku said, slightly upset to have to leave. The swordsman. Don't worry, it will only be for a few months, until after the Chunin exams and the resistance allows more of us to help out in their war, Jiraiya said. That is everyone else sorted, but what about me? Akaru asked. I need you to go around the land of fire and rice fields and gather whatever information you can on what Orochimaru is planning. People in the land of rice fields will probably be more willing to talk to you than me, as you are classified as a missing ninja. So anyone who actually knows anything maybe think you are willing to join them, Jiraiya explained. And let me guess, you will be doing research, Naruto said. Well, I haven't done any research in Konoha in 5 years, and they have always had some of the best specimens, Jiraiya said weakly, tapping his index fingers together. You know, for a leader you certainly don't do much when there are important things to do, Naruto said. What does he mean by research? Haku asked. You don't want to know, Itachi said expressionlessly. Look, we all have our assignments. The Chunin exams are not for a month yet, so you three can stay here and relax, or train. I will go talk to Sensei about signing you three up. Itachi, Zabuza, you can leave whenever you are ready. I have marked the island and location of the Resistance HQ on the map in your room, and Akaru, the sooner you can leave to gather information the better, Jiraiya said. So that's it, we just go do the tasks we are given? Zabuza asked after Jiraiya left the room. Yes, that's about right, come let's prepare for the trip, you know the land of water better than I do, so I need to know what to expect on the different islands, Itachi said, and he too left the room. The following day everyone had left the base, leaving the three younger ninja alone to prepare in whatever way they saw fit for the upcoming exams. Konoha, 2 days later, night had fallen over the village hidden in the leaves, and the Hokage had once again fallen behind on his paperwork, causing him to stay long into the night. Will this accursed bane of my existence never end? Hiruzen yelled in frustration as he began on yet another stack. You should really do your work during the day instead of spending so much time smoking. Then came the voice of Jiraiya from the windowsill. Jiraiya-kun. Come in, Hiruzen said warmly, waving Jiraiya to enter. Jiraiya complied. But rather than take a seat, he simply leaned against a nearby wall. So to what do I owe the pleasure of your company? Decided to return to serve the village once more? Hiruzen asked hopefully. Not exactly, but I do have some information and some aid that you could use, Jiraiya said. And what may that be? The Hokage questioned. Orochimaru, he is the leader of Oto. I also believe he has something planned for the Chunin exams. In fact, I am almost certain of this, Jiraiya said. I see, thank you for this information. And what aid can you offer to handle this threat? The old Sarutobi asked. A 3-ninja genin team, consisting of Naruto Uzumaki, Haku Momoichi, and Akimi Hayaku, Jiraiya said. You plan on bringing Naruto here? He is coming back to the village. Hiruzen questioned. Not for long, just the duration of the Chunin exams to make sure nothing happens. But I will warn you, keep Danzo and the elders away from Naruto. If they attempt anything, you could be looking at a rather hefty cleanup, Jiraiya said. I will certainly do my best. Tell me, how strong is Naruto? Hiruzen asked. Well, I have been training him for the past 5 years, so he is a damn sight better than any genin, that's for sure, Jiraiya said. I see, now what about the Rinnegan? Does he truly possess the power of the Rakuta Sennin? The Hokage asked. Well, the Rinnegan, yes. As for the power of the sage, well, it's a bit soon to tell. He is only 13 after all, but his chakra supplies are massive. He can do things with chakra I have never seen done before. Some of his skills are quite frankly frightening. Add to that he has some monstrous strength, enough to be able to stop one of my kicks with a single arm. Only myself and Itachi can give him a run for his money in a fight, and I have a feeling that he has been holding back lately, Jiraiya said. And you want me to put him in the genin exams? Even after hearing that, Hiruzen said almost disbelievingly. That's about right, I want them all entered as wandering shinobi. You can use me as the team's official sensei, Jiraiya said. I will agree, on one condition, the Hokage said. And what's that? Jiraiya asked cautiously. I want them to arrive a week before the exams. I would like to see how Naruto has grown up, Hiruzen said. Very well, I can arrange that. May I suggest keeping his arrival a secret? Also, he refuses to hide his eyes. Damgaki says they are part of who he is. I took him to Tsunadeheim for him to learn her unique henge to hide them, but he stopped using it after about 6 months, Jiraiya said. Very well, I look forward to his arrival eagerly, Hiruzen said with a smile. The pair sat and talked for a while, but eventually Jiraiya left the aged Hokage to the eternal hell that is paperwork. The weeks passed quickly, and it was soon the week before the Chunin exams. Naruto, Jiraiya, and the 2 kunoichi were slowly approaching the main gate of Konoha. So where are we staying while we are in Konoha? Akimi asked. Your guess is as good as mine. I am sure they have some hotels set up for visiting teams, Naruto replied. Yeah, you guys will be staying at a hotel. Don't worry though, you are going to be given great rooms. the Hokage made sure of it, Jiraiya assured their genin. The 4 ninja arrived at the gate and were immediately called over to deliver their passports. Name and ninja registration papers for any people competing in the Chunin exams, the gate guard said, not bothering to look up from his desk. Naruto Uzumaki, Naruto said proudly, and handed over the paper form he had to fill out to compete in the exam. The 2 kunoichi in Naruto's team followed Naruto's lead and handed over their papers after giving their names. Naruto Uzumaki? You know that name sounds familiar. Oh well, it's probably nothing. Who is your accompanying sensei? The gate guard asked, still not bothering to look up from his desk. That would be me, Jiraiya said proudly. The gate guard slowly raised his head, but when he saw the man who was the acting sensei his eyes bulged. GG Jiraiya-sama, you're back, the gate guard stammered. Heh, I guess I am. Now would you please allow my team entrance, Jiraiya said. Why yes of course, the guard said, stamping the passports and handing them back to the 3 waiting ninja. Wow, can you believe Jiraiya-sama has a team competing in this Chunin exams? I bet they are all going to walk it in, the gate guard who stamped the passports said. Yeah, say, did that kid with the blonde hair and purple eyes look familiar to you? The other guard asked. Yeah, sorta reminded me of that Kyuubi kid that disappeared all those years ago, the first guard replied. Yeah, what was that kid's name? The other guard asked. I have no idea, I don't think anyone ever paid any attention to the kid. I remember him yelling his name saying he was going to be Hokage one day, but I can't remember it. When you think about it, it isn't really a surprise that the kid never returned to the village, the first guard said. Meanwhile, back with Naruto. The group of ninja were walking through the main street of Konoha, looking around, almost unsure of where they were supposed to go. Hey sensei, where are you taking us? Naruto asked. To the hotel you will be staying at. It is the diplomatic hotel beside the Hokage Tower. It is usually just reserved for emissaries from other villages and daimyos and rich businessmen, but the Hokage made 3 rooms available for you guys, Jiraiya said. Well, that's nice of him, Akemi said happily. Yeah, I owe Gigi big time for this, Naruto said. Well, he wants to see you after you get settled in, preferably before you go explore the village, Jiraiya informed the blonde. Well, it's not like there is a better place to start. I haven't seen the old man in such a long time. It will be great to catch up with him, Naruto said enthusiastically. Naruto, just to remind you, we are not here on some holiday, we have a job to do as well. Jiraiya said. Is that so? Then why are you carrying a map of Konoha with all the women-only bathhouses, marked in little red crosses? Naruto replied. This is important research, Orochimaru may be sneaking around anywhere. Jiraiya yelled back. And I am sure he just loves to hide amongst a bunch of women who are bathing, Akemi said, bristling slightly in anger. Jiraiya wisely dropped the subject and picked up the pace of his walking. After all, the sooner he made it to his favorite places in Konoha. The hotel was more like a mansion, and every room they went to was furnished with the finest wood furniture Naruto had ever seen. They even had genin on hand at almost all times to carry bags. The genin, who was currently carrying Akemi and Haku's bags as Naruto and Jiraiya used sealing scrolls, led them to their rooms, well, the rooms of the genin. Jiraiya had told them he had a place to stay while he was in Konoha, so he didn't need a hotel room. Naruto's room was massive. It looked more like an average-sized apartment for one, rather than a hotel room. There was a massive wooden queen-sized bed, a complete kitchen, and even a walk-in wardrobe. I definitely owe Gigi a thank you for this, Naruto thought as he looked around before resting on the bed. There was a knock on the door and Akemi and Haku entered. Looks like you got an amazing room as well. That old Hokage really knows how to make people feel welcome. This is great. I might never return to the Yoinakuchi and become a full-time shinobi of Konoha if I always get treated this well, Akemi said as she looked around the room. I doubt they will let you keep the room if you are not a guest. I also doubt Gigi would have given us such great rooms if it wasn't for Jiraiya-sensei, Naruto said. Yeah, you are just scared that I will leave the group, after all without me, and now Haku, the group is all guys, Akemi said. Well, do what you want. I need to go see Gigi, after all I did say I would go there after I found my room, Naruto said. Are you going to wear your Yoinakuchi cloak? Isn't that dangerous? Haku queried. Not really, the cloaks are a bit of a new touch. In fact, I am still deciding on what color I want them, Naruto said offhandedly as he left the room. Naruto left the hotel and walked the short distance to the Hokage Tower. Sitting at a desk on the ground level of the tower, was a woman with short brown hair reading a magazine. "Hello, I would like to see the Hokage," Naruto said with a smile. He said he is not to be disturbed in any way. "I am not just going to allow entrance to the Hokage to anyone who comes in and just asks for it," the receptionist said. "He told me to come here. I believe he is expecting me," Naruto said. "Fine, I will ask him." "What is your name?" the woman asked. "Naruto Uzumaki," Naruto replied casually. "What did you just say?" "There is no way you can be him," the receptionist said. "Why is that?" "I am Naruto Uzumaki. I don't know exactly how to prove it, but I am starting to realize why Jiraiya-sensei always enters Jiji's office by the window," Naruto said. "Very well, I still don't believe you, but follow me and I will go ask Hokage-sama if he is truly expecting you," the woman said, and after putting her magazine down she stood and began to lead Naruto up a spiraling staircase. "Wait here, I will go and see Hokage-sama. He will tell me if he is expecting you or not," the receptionist said. Several seconds later she reappeared and told Naruto to enter. "How's it going, old man?" Naruto said happily as he casually entered the room. "Naruto-kun. It has been far too long. I hope you are not too busy to visit an old man more often. Look at how you have grown, looks like you are no longer the shortest person in your age group," Hiruzen said. "Good to see you as well, Jiji," Naruto replied. "Now before we continue I must ask about the Rinnegan. Do you mind if a curious old man takes a closer look at your eyes?" Hiruzen asked. "Sure thing, although they are not much to look at. Itachi-sensei's Sharingan and Mangekyo Sharingan are much cooler looking," Naruto said. "Yes, well, I have seen plenty of Sharingan in the past. This could be the only chance I will ever get to see the eyes of the Rakuta Sennin," Hiruzen said as he got out from behind his desk and moved over to Naruto and lowering himself to Naruto's eye level. "Amazing, such a small pupil. How is your vision?" Hiruzen asked. "Oh, it's perfect. I can even see chakra, but it gets kinda weird if I use shadow clones, so I try to avoid that," Naruto admitted. "Really, why's that?" the Hokage queried. "Well, my vision splits into what I see, and what the clone sees. It is a real pain in the ass, but it works great for spying and information gathering," Naruto said. "Amazing, what else can those eyes of yours do?" Hiruzen asked eagerly. "Come on, Jiji. I can't go telling you that. I need to keep some secrets, you know. I am a ninja after all," Naruto said. "Oh, very well, that will be all. Anyway, tell me about what you have been up to. I won't get a better chance than this to find out how you have grown up," Hiruzen said. Not much really. For most of the time it was just myself, Itachi-sensei and Jiraiya-sensei training so I could look after myself against anyone who recognized my eyes and tried to either take them for themselves or control me. After that we started taking on freelance work to help people in need or capture missing ninja," Naruto explained, not wanting to give away too much about the Yoinakuchi. "Well, it sounds like you are doing well for yourself. Life around here has been rather quiet with you gone. We no longer have large groups of genin and chunin chasing a young troublemaker around the village," Hiruzen chuckled. "If it makes you happy, I could always pull a few pranks. I had a great one planned for the final year of the academy to use just before I graduated," Naruto said. I think it would be for the best if you didn't. I enjoy the stress-free life," the aged Hokage laughed. Elsewhere in Konoha, Team 7 were training in their teamwork. Sasuke had recently awoken his Sharingan while training with Kakashi to spot fast-moving objects. They were currently working on the group's skills by having Kakashi throw rocks at Hinata while she destroyed them with strikes of her taijutsu style. Sasuke was attempting to intercept the stones to increase his speed and strength. And Sakura was attempting to affect Kakashi's aim with various genjutsu she knew but was having varied success. "Okay, good job guys. In fact, you all worked together so well today that I am going to enter you all into the Chunin exams in a week's time," Kakashi informed his team. "Are you sure we are ready? We have only been out of the academy for 6 months," Hinata said. "We're ready. Besides, even if we don't graduate it will be a good learning experience," Sasuke said. "Yes, Sasuke-kun is right," Sakura said, although she agreed with Hinata. "Well, I will see you all tomorrow with the forms to fill out by," Kakashi said before disappearing in a large puff of smoke. Hinata and Sasuke left their separate ways. Typically Sakura followed Sasuke like a lost puppy until he told her he didn't want to go on a date with the pink-haired Kunoichi. So in the end Sakura walked home slightly depressed that her true love was still not interested in her. As she was walking home she passed by the Hokage Tower at the very same moment Naruto was leaving to return to his hotel. That was the Baka who was with Sasuke-kun's brother. If I can capture him he will have to tell Sasuke-kun everything he knows about his brother. And Sasuke-kun will finally take notice of me. Sakura thought and quickly made up a plan to follow the blonde. This will be perfect. I bet this guy is a useless shinobi, that's why he had to hang out with Itachi. Sakura thought and began to rather inexpertly tale Naruto. Chapter 8, Relaxation Disturbed. Naruto returned to his hotel fully aware that he was being followed. Does she really think she is well hidden? I mean all she is doing is staying about the same range, that I am guessing she can sense back. She has no idea of what she is doing. But then again I guess she is only a fresh genin Naruto thought as he entered the hotel. Trying to put the pink-haired kunoichi out of his mind. Damn, I didn't think he would be staying so close to the Hokage Tower. Oh wait, I know, I can go get Sasuke-kun. He will be so pleased, that he will have to go on a date with me. Sakura said before running off to try and find the Uchiha. Meanwhile Naruto was making his way back to his room to rest before venturing out into the village later to find something to eat. Arriving on the floor he was staying on he saw Akemi and Haku both exit their rooms. Hey, you guys going out? Naruto asked casually. Yeah, we just wanna go look around the village. Do you wanna come? Akemi said. Well, I was going to relax here for a bit then go out later to get some dinner, but I may as well come with the two of you, besides so far nobody has recognized me, which is good Naruto said. Why don't you just use that weird henji you learned from Tsunade-sama? Nobody can detect it and it can't be dispelled. Nobody would have a chance to find out who you are. Akemi suggested. I don't want to hide who I am. If they have a problem with me then I guess they just won't get my service, besides I can take care of myself should anything get out of hand Naruto said simply. Please don't cause a scene. When you get worked up things tend to get destroyed Akemi said. I'm not that bad, Naruto complained. When you get angry or overly excited you can't not destroy something. You do it all the time. Just after Akaru and I joined the Yoanakuchi, a year ago. You thought Jiraiya-sama had ate the last cup of instant ramen you almost destroyed the entire kitchen of a hideout in the land of Earth Akemi said. That was different. I was hungry Naruto said sheepishly. How could that happen? Haku asked. Well, I still didn't have full control of my gravity element at the time and every so often when I was angry I would accidentally use my gravity jutsu. It won't be happening again. Naruto admitted. It doesn't matter. I just don't want to have people angry at me because you go destroy something because someone kicks you out of a store Akemi said. It will be fine. I am here to relax, I have no intention of getting worked up over little things like that Naruto assured the two kunoichi. Well, let's go. I'm hungry and would like to get something to eat before it gets too dark, Haku said. Yeah, why not? There used to be this awesome ramen stand in Konoha. It was my favorite place in the village back when I used to live here. Although that may have been because it was the only place I was treated kindly Naruto said. Well, that explains where your love of ramen comes from I guess, Akemi said as the three ninja left the hotel to look around and find something to eat. It was a strange experience for Naruto, to return to Konoha. There were no cold glares or people forcing themselves to simply ignore him. Now the village looked to be full of friendly people that were just going about their lives having long ago forgotten about the existence of the blonde Jinchuriki. This place seems nice. I don't know why you and Jiraiya-sama would want to leave Haku said, as she looked around at the groups of families shopping and laughing together. I am sure it was a great place to live for anyone else. It was the fact that I lived in the village that people didn't like. I was treated poorly and eventually a ninja stole me from the village and dumped me in the middle of the land of forests, with no food, and no idea where I was. I was simply left to die Naruto said. That's so sad, why would they do something like that? Haku asked. Because I am a Jinchuriki, a human sacrifice that contains a Baijuryu's power. According to Jiraiya-sensei the Yondaime Hokage wanted me to be seen as a hero to these people. It worked about as well as Jiraiya-sensei's last pickup attempt on Tsunade-Bachan Naruto said. What does that mean? Haku asked. It means it failed horribly. Jinchuriki are never liked or loved by anyone. It doesn't matter what Jiraiya-sama says. People naturally distrust Jinchuriki and isolate them. The only Jinhiriki I have ever heard of that was loved is Killer Bee, the Hakusabi Jinhiriki from Kumo. He had to work so hard to get everybody to like him that in the end they just seem like a lot of effort for nothing. All he is to Kumo is a weapon for them to use, the same could be said about the Nibi Jinhiriki Yujito Nii. But the villagers still isolate her and ignore her, Akimi said. But these people sound like they keep the Baijiryu they contain from killing people and running wild. I may not know much about the 9 Baijiryu, but I do know that they are incredibly powerful and dangerous, Haku said. That may be the truth, but people do not see a person when they look at a Jinhiriki. They see the creature that they are locking away. Akimi said harshly. It's not so bad. Because of it I was able to meet Jiraiya sensei and all the other people who have been able to make my life far better than it was while I lived here. I may not like what happened to me, but it is not like I can change that. So I may as well just accept it and move on, Naruto said with a relaxed smile. He sure is a lot different to how he was when Zabuza-sama and I first met him, Haku whispered to her fellow Kunoichi while gazing at Naruto. Give you the cold shoulder too, huh? Akimi asked. Yeah. Why didn't he like you either? Haku replied. Naruto has never really liked Kumo shinobi. In fact, the only time I have seen him even remotely enjoy killing someone, was when a group of Kumo hunter ninja came looking for me while we were out on a mission. That was where he learned a rather disturbing new technique that is given to him with those eyes of his, Akimi said. What did he do? Haku asked tentatively, unsure if she really wanted to know. Naruto can read people's minds if he places his hand onto them and they remain still. When we encountered the group of Kumo ninja, Naruto wanted to question them about who else was moving around looking for me and my brother. But he sort of went overboard and in the end he ripped the man's soul right out of his body. You could even see a ghostly outline of it as he tossed it away without a care in the world. When I checked over the Kumo ninja there was no sign of a cause of death and he was just dead, Akimi said. I think I have seen the results of that jutsu. When Naruto and Itachi came to recruit Zabuza-sama and myself for the Yoinakuchi, we had been hired to kill a bridge builder, by a despicable man named Gato. Naruto and Itachi produced the body of Gato and when I looked it over all I could tell was that he was dead. That must also explain how they were both able to dine where we were at the time. Gato would have known. That is the reason why Naruto didn't like us. Because we were hired to kill an innocent man, who had never hurt anyone. Itachi said Naruto was strongly against that sort of thing. Haku informed the black-haired Kunoichi. The two Kunoichi were unaware that Naruto could hear their entire conversation. However, he decided against informing them of this and instead only decided to speak when they found the place he had been looking for since arriving back in the village. Hey, alright. Ichiraku Ramen. I haven't been here in years. You girls coming or are you going to go somewhere else? Naruto asked. I am not much of a ramen eater, so why don't we meet back after we have something to eat? You can show us around to places you used to like in the village, Akimi said. Hey, alright, see. Yeah, soon, Naruto replied and ran off. The old ramen store looked like it had been upgraded since Naruto had left. There was a large number of people inside the store and Naruto had never seen it this busy. When he lived here, Ichiraku Ramen received most of its business via home deliveries. But now that Naruto thought about it, that may have just been because people didn't want to be around Naruto while he ate there. The old man looks like he hasn't aged a day. But Ayam has grown a lot. I guess that is to be expected. She was just slightly older than I am now the last time I saw her. Should I tell them who I am or keep it a secret? Well, I haven't gone out of the way to hide who I am. I mean, I have used my real name and not used a henge. But I think telling them that I am the young boy everyone used to hate in a crowded restaurant would be a bad idea, Naruto thought as he took a seat and waited quietly to be served. It didn't take long before Ayam came over to take Naruto's order. Hello and welcome to Ichiraku Ramen. What can I get for you today? Ayam asked. Can I get 2 bowls of miso ramen please? Naruto replied. Yes, right away, sir. Say, you look familiar, but I don't remember you eating here before, Ayam said as she handed the order over to her father. I haven't been in Konoha for years, so it is probably just a coincidence, Naruto replied. Yeah, you sorta remind me of a small boy who used to come here. The face is almost exactly the same. He had blue eyes though, so you can't be him, Ayam said. What happened to the him? Naruto asked. He was trying to find out what sort of reaction there was to his disappearance in the village. Well, I hate to have to say it, but a ninja named Hyuga kidnapped him and dumped him a few countries over in a forest to die. Poor Naruto-kun was not well liked in the village, unfortunately. What made it worse was when the Hokage had the bastard that committed the crime executed. The villagers all sent money and flowers to his wife and the Hyuga clan, saying how sad they were that their hero had been killed. Ayam said sadly. Naruto's blood was simmering under the surface now. It appeared that the villagers of Konoha wouldn't show kindness towards him even after they thought he was dead. Needless to say, he was far from pleased and even considered simply leaving Konoha to its fate at the hands of Orochimaru. He could not bring himself to leave, however, as he knew that should he do that then the Hokage's life would be put in danger, and he did not want to see the man he considered a grandfather figure to be killed. Also, he knew that this place was the home of his parents. And whoever they were, he knew they would not like to see Konoha destroyed. Naruto ate in relative silence after that. And once he finished his meal, he simply paid the bill and left. He did, however, give the father and daughter ramen chefs a friendly wave goodbye. With Sakura, "Oh, where is Sasuke-kun? I thought he would be at home by now," Sakura thought as she looked around the old Uchiha district for her raven-haired teammate. Moving to the back of the compound, she found Sasuke. He was practicing his katonjutsu. There were also kunao and shuriken scattered all over the clearing. Sasuke-kun," Sakura said tentatively, trying to get the Uchiha's attention. "Sakura, why are you here? I thought I told you I didn't want to go on a date with you," Sasuke said. There was no emotion in his voice and he seemed to be more angry than usual. "I know that. But that boy who was with your brother, I think he is in the village at the moment," Sakura said. "What? Are you sure?" Sasuke said eagerly. "I am fairly sure that it is him, but he entered his hotel, so I don't know how to find out for sure," Sakura admitted. "Well, did you see those weird eyes of his?" Sasuke demanded. "I think so. I was trailing him since he left the Hokage Tower, but I am almost positive that I saw the creepy purple eyes of his. So I was thinking we could capture him and that way he would be able to lead us to your brother," Sakura said. "I will finally be able to kill Itachi. I'm in, but first I want to see him myself," Sasuke said. "Right, and maybe we should get Kakashi-sensei to help us," Sakura suggested. "No, he would stop us. After all, we don't know why he is in the village and could be here to see the Hokage. So we need to confront him alone, and if he doesn't give me the location of Itachi, then we will just have to make him," Sasuke said. "Alright then, let's go," Sakura said. "No, I am tired. We will do it tomorrow, before our team meeting," Sasuke said. "Okay, that's a good idea, Sasuke-kun. So do you want to go grab some dinner with me? It might help you get your strength back from all this training," Sakura said. "No," was Sasuke's only reply before walking off, leaving the pink-haired Kunoichi alone once more. With Naruto, Naruto had left Ichiraku Ramen, but had been unable to find where Haku and Akemi had gone to eat. "Damn, well, I guess it is no big deal as long as they can find their way back to the hotel, it will be fine," he thought as he walked through the streets of Konoha. The sun was beginning to set and the villagers were beginning to return home, which made the streets quiet. It was not long after that Naruto realized that he had been walking aimlessly for so long that he had stumbled upon the old apartment complex where he used to live. The multi-story complex looked like it had seen better days. The gardens were all overgrown and several windows had been boarded up because of broken glass. "I wonder what my old apartment is like now," Naruto thought as he began climbing the stairs. There were several wooden steps missing on the way up to the third floor and it looked like several others were about to be rotten right through. What happened here? I mean, it wasn't the best of apartments, but it was always clean and well looked after, he thought as he arrived on his old level and began looking for the room that was once his own. Naruto found his apartment quite easily. It was after all the only door that had demon written on the door in big red writing that had faded over time. "Well, it is good to know I was missed," Naruto thought sarcastically as he opened the door. Everything was the same as he had left it. Unopened ramen containers long past their use by date were stacked up in the kitchen, and the old table with 2 chairs still stood right where he remembered them all those years ago. In fact, apart from the dust and smell of mold, the apartment was just the way he remembered it. Moving into his bedroom, he saw that it too had not been touched since he left. The bed was unmade and messy, his clothes were still mostly in the wardrobe with the exception of a few that were just tossed onto the floor. Finally, on Naruto's bedside table there was a picture of him wearing the Hokage's hat and robes with a smiling Hiruzen Sarutobi in the background. Naruto picked up the photo and stored it in his kunao pouch. Having seen enough, the blonde made his way out of the room only to come face to face with Umbu. "Can I help you?" Naruto asked casually. "It is not allowed to enter that apartment. You are to come with us to Umbu HQ and then taken to the T&I department for questioning over the current location of Naruto Uzumaki." A ninja in a bull mask said. "I would rather not, and besides, why would I need to answer questions about my own location?" Naruto said offhandedly. "What do you mean?" A cat-masked kunoichi said. "I mean that I am Naruto Uzumaki, now leave me alone," Naruto said before turning to walk away. "Impossible, Naruto Uzumaki has blue eyes," the bull-masked Umbu said. "Wait, do you remember what Kakashi-senpai said when he returned from that mission in the Land of Wave? He said he ran into Naruto Uzumaki along with the S-ranked criminal Atake Uchiha. He said Naruto no longer had blue eyes and that they were purple with a ripple pattern." Cat replied. "Yeah, that was me. Now if you don't mind, I am leaving," Naruto said. "Wait. If you are Naruto Uzumaki, then we are to take you to the Hokage. Bull ordered. "But I am not a ninja of this village. What right do you have to order me around? Besides, I have already seen the old man," Naruto replied. "That doesn't matter. Now come quietly, or we will have to take you there by force," Bull said. Naruto contemplated this for a while. Well, it wouldn't be that difficult to get rid of them. But then I would be committing a crime against Konoha. Well, at least the Hokage Tower is close to my hotel. This is still such a pain in the ass, the blonde thought before agreeing to go with the team of Umbu. Naruto didn't complain when Bull grabbed Naruto for a shunshin. They arrived right outside the Hokage Tower and marched Naruto inside. He was slightly disappointed that the receptionist wasn't there. She could have cleared this whole thing up without disturbing the Hokage. After a knock on the door, the Hokage beckoned them to enter. The Umbu squad marched in with Naruto in the center of them. "Hey Jiji, what the hell? I go check out my old apartment and I get arrested by these guys," Naruto complained. "Oh, Naruto-kun, I am sorry for this. Bull, you and your team are dismissed. Naruto-kun is a guest in Konoha as he is competing in the Chunin exams. He is in the team of Wandering Shinobi I informed the council would be competing this year," Hiruzen said. "I see, I am sorry Hokage-sama. May I ask, have the village elders been informed of who this boy is?" Bull asked. "No, I haven't informed them. Quite frankly, it will be far too much of a headache. I do not want to deal with them trying to convince me to capture and confine Naruto-kun. And if I did, I would have Jiraiya-kun very angry at me," Hiruzen said. "Jiraiya-sama? I don't understand," Bull said. "Jiraiya is the boy's sensei and acting sensei for Naruto-kun's team, and is therefore under his protection. Involving the elders and the council would be a very bad move," the Hokage said. "I see. Please forgive us for the inconvenience, Naruto. I am sorry to disrupt you while you are working, Hokage-sama," Bull said with a bow before his entire team shined away. "Well, I am glad that is sorted out," Naruto smiled. "Yes, I should have warned you that your return to the village has been kept classified and that we have sensory seals in place around your old apartment. They have been there since the time you lived here. They were placed as a precaution should anyone attempt to attack you while you slept," Hiruzen said. Naruto went to reassure the old Hokage that there was no hard feelings, but just as he opened his mouth, the door burst open. "I've got you now, old man, prepare to be defeated." Naruto reacted instinctively and spun around, manipulating the gravity around the would-be attacker. It turned out to be nothing but a young boy around 3 years younger than Naruto was. He had spiky brown hair and a scarf that seemed to be longer than he was tall. Naruto left his jutsu up, keeping him suspended in midair. "Hey, what the hell? Let me down," the boy yelled as he struggled to break free. "This must be Naruto-kun's gravity manipulation, amazing," Hiruzen thought as he stared in awe at the spot Naruto had his grandson suspended in midair in the middle of the room. "Naruto-kun, it is all right. This is my grandson, Kano Amura," the aged Sarutobi said. "Yeah, that's right, I am the Hokage's grandson, so you better let me down and show me some respect," Kano Amura yelled indignantly. "Respect is earned, kid," Naruto said. But he did drop his jutsu, causing Kano Amura to land in a heap on the floor. "Hey jerk, what was that for? I was about to finally defeat my grandfather and become Hokage," Kano Amura yelled. "That's not how it works. The Hokage is chosen by becoming the strongest ninja in the village. Just because you beat one person will not make you the Hokage. Becoming Hokage is tough and you need to work really hard. There are after all a lot of strong ninja in Konoha, you will need to be able to defeat all of them if you want the title of Hokage. Naruto lectured. What, no way. I should just have to defeat the old man. Konohamaru whined. I'm afraid that he is right, Konohamaru. There are no shortcuts to become the Hokage, Hiruzen said. Well then, I demand that you teach me. Konohamaru said, pointing at Naruto. What? Why me? Naruto questioned. You got the drop on me easily. I want to learn how you were able to stop me and hold me in the air like that, Konohamaru said. Ah well, it's not that simple. You see, that is a skill that can't really be taught, Naruto said. Well then teach me something else. Konohamaru said. Don't you have a sensei for this kind of thing? Naruto asked. Yes, but Ebisu sensei never teaches me anything good, Konohamaru complained. I bet what he is trying to teach you is really important, you just don't realize it yet, Naruto said. But you are way better than Ebisu sensei. Come on, teach me something, Konohamaru said. Sorry kid, but I'm not a ninja of this village. I bet you will be able to find a much better sensei than I will ever be. It's dark outside now, so I am going to return to my hotel room. I will come see you again sometime during the week, old man, Naruto said. He left the room with a friendly wave to the Hokage and then casually made his way back to his hotel. Akemi and Haku were already there waiting for him when he returned. Hey, where did you two disappear to after I went to get some ramen? Naruto asked. Oh, we found this amazing dango shop and we spent the rest of the afternoon looking around the village, Haku said. Oh, find anything interesting? Naruto asked. Not really, but we saw a couple of freaks in green spandex running around the village yelling something about flames of youth. It was kinda scary, Akemi said. Oh well, hopefully you won't have to be scared by men in green spandex. Again during our stay, Naruto laughed and entered his room ready to relax before looking around the village some more tomorrow. The next day started normally enough. Naruto went into the village to get breakfast before heading to find somewhere quiet to train. He did not get very far, however, before he realized he was being followed. That kid is going to need a lot of help if he ever wants to be Hokage. I mean, who tries to follow someone with a square-shaped rock? At least those other two are keeping out of sight, Naruto thought as he quickly gave a sideways glance to where Sasuke and Sakura were hiding. Well, it looks like I better lose them, he thought, and turning around he pushed off with a great burst of speed. You can't escape from me. Come back and teach me some jutsu. Konohamaru yelled from inside the box, and he got out of the box and charged after Naruto. Sasuke-kun, what should we do? Sakura asked from where they were hiding. You go chase after that kid, I will keep out of sight, and when we find him set up some traps to capture him, Sasuke said. Awesome plan. Don't worry, Sasuke-kun, I will find him for you. Sakura said and jumped down into the middle of the road. Before leaving to chase after Konohamaru. Following an academy student who is chasing after a skilled ninja is not the best idea, however, and it didn't take long for Konohamaru to make a wrong turn. However, it was a wrong turn that turned out to be an even bigger mistake. Ow, watch it, brat, a boy wearing face paint in a black full-body robe said as he yanked Konohamaru up into the air. Hey, let me go. Konohamaru yelled. This was the sight that Sakura walked in on. Hey, what's going on here? She asked. This kid bumped into me and now he is going to pay, the older boy said. Come on, I am sure it was just an accident, let the kid go, Sakura said. She is right, Kankuro, what is the point of making enemies here? Let him go, a tall blonde kunoichi with 4 pigtails and green eyes said. The now named Kankuro didn't comply, however. No way, this kid needs to be punished for disrespecting me, he said. Bansho Tenin, came a calm voice from behind Sakura. Konohamaru shot out of Kankuro's arms and flew right into the outstretched hand of Naruto. What kind of jutsu was that? Kankuro ordered, as Naruto set Konohamaru on the ground and slowly approached Kankuro and the blonde kunoichi. You Suna Genin must have some sort of death with to attack the Hokage's grandson in the middle of Konoha, Naruto said, causing the blonde kunoichi to pale. He disrespected me, I was just going to scare him a little, but I can see from your lack of a headband that you do not belong to this village, so why are you even bothering to help these weaklings? Kankuro replied. Weaklings? The only weakling I See, here is you. You need to pick on an academy-aged kid just to make yourself look big. I think you might have a better chance at that, if you lost the makeup, and wore some proper clothes. Naruto laughed. The blonde kunoichi couldn't help herself and began to giggle. Kankuro however was less than impressed. Shut up, Temari. This is war paint, not makeup. Looks like I am going to have to teach you a lesson then, Kankuro said, and went for an object that was strapped across his back. Naruto looked mildly interested but let out a sigh when several kunai landed on the ground in front of both Naruto and Kankuro. I can't allow you to harm him, I need him to tell me where my brother is hiding. Sasuke yelled from a tree. Oh, it's you. I was hoping that our other visitor was going to show himself. I have no interest in helping you in your foolish vendetta against Itachi-sensei, now leave, Naruto said calmly. How dare you mock me? Now tell me where my brother is. Sasuke ordered. No, Naruto replied. Look, you can have him after I have finished with him. Don't worry, I will leave him alive, just Kankuro said, and removed the object from his back. No time for that, I am afraid. Looks like your teammate is here, and it doesn't look as though he is happy, Naruto said a second before there was a swirl of sand and a young boy appeared around the same age as Naruto was. He had red hair, sea green eyes, and had a kanji for love on his forehead. Gaara. Kankuro and Temari both stammered upon the redhead's arrival. Kankuro, what do you think you are doing? Gaara ordered. I was just teaching this pest some respect, Kankuro said, clearly scared. You are a disgrace to Suna. Temari, Kankuro, we're leaving. Gaara said authoritatively. Wait, what is your name? Sasuke ordered. Gaara Subaku. I would like to know yours, Gaara replied, not even looking at the raven-haired Uchiha. Sasuke Uchiha, Sasuke said proudly. I was not talking to you, you do not interest me. I was asking the blonde that mother fears, Gaara said. Mother? That is a weird relationship to have with a Baijuyu, Naruto said, causing Gaara's eyes to widen in shock that Naruto knew his secret. My name is Naruto Uzumaki, I am here for the Chunin exams, as I am guessing you are as well. Indeed I am, Gaara replied relatively calmly. Then I guess we may have to fight at some point during the exams. I look forward to it, Naruto said. Yes, I too am eager to test my existence against someone that even mother fears, Gaara replied, and without a second glance at Sasuke or Sakura disappeared in a swirl of sand. For Sasuke, being ignored by not only Naruto but Gaara as well had become too much for him, and he jumped down into the road in an attempt to attack Naruto but found him nowhere to be seen. Where did he go? Sasuke ordered an answer out of Sakura. I don't know. He simply disappeared in a puff of smoke, I think it was a Shunshin, Sakura admitted. Damn him. This is Itachi taunting me. I will make him pay for this. Sasuke seethed before stalking off. Wait, Sasuke, shouldn't we go looking for him? Sakura asked hopefully. She figured the longer they spent looking for Naruto the more chance she would have of getting a date out of the Uchiha. No, we have a team meeting in 15 minutes. Maybe Hinata can help find him, Sasuke said grumpily as he stalked off. During this exchange, Naruto sat on top of a building watching their movements. He is a rather angry, revenge-obsessed boy. I think you may have made a mistake letting that one live attack a sensei, Naruto said to himself, before hopping down into the street and continuing his search for an empty training ground. Chapter 9, Before the First Task. Sasuke arrived at the location of their team meeting in a bad mood. First he was ignored and disrespected by Naruto. And then the red-headed Jinchuriki Gaara also saw him as nothing but a pest. Just like the brooding Uchiha, Sakura was also in a bad mood. Her grand plan to get a date out of Sasuke by helping him capture Naruto had failed miserably. It turned out they were the first of Team 7 to make it to the meeting spot only half an hour late. Hinata was usually the first to arrive, but she also knew that Kakashi's poor track record at arriving on time meant that she would usually show up about 45 minutes late, while Sasuke and Sakura would usually arrive together after an hour. With Naruto, Naruto found a quiet training ground next to a large forest. This should be perfect, hopefully I can get some training in here without any more distractions, the blonde thought to himself. He sat down in the center of the training ground clearing and sat in a cross-legged in a meditative position and slowly levitated himself 5 meters above the ground. Naruto sat perfectly still and channeled chakra around him, levitating rocks as a way to train his gravity manipulation. The more chakra he put into the jutsu, the larger the radius of the levitation field would extend. This was the scene Akemi and Haku walked in on. What is he doing? Haku asked. This is how he trains to control gravity. When he first started he could use some basic moves if he was desperate but could not control how long his jutsu would last for or how much power he put into his attacks. He would sometimes use his Shinra Tensei and blow away great big chunks of earth. Akemi replied. Is it safe to go near him? Haku questioned, looking at all the floating rocks and branches in midair. Sure it is. But you will probably get trapped in his jutsu until he releases it, Akemi answered with a laugh. So, what, we just wait for him to finish his training before we can go anywhere near him? Haku asked. Not exactly, we just have to get his attention, Akemi replied. You really know a lot about him, huh? I guess you would have to, seeing as he was the only person your age around for the past couple of years, Haku said. I guess so. But there is still so much about him that is a mystery to me. He never really talks about his past, outside of small things that happened here in Konoha. He hides a lot of pain in him, I can see that. But I guess you could say I know him better than most. After all, he is my best friend, Akemi said, trying to liven the mood at the end. Not waiting for Haku to reply, the dark-haired Kunoichi picked up a small rock and tossed it at Naruto, knowing the gravity field was only below him. The small rock hit the meditating Naruto right in the head. The sudden shock forced the blonde Jinchuriki to drop his jutsu, sending him crashing onto the ground in a heap. Ow, what the hell? Naruto yelled, pulling himself up into a standing position. Well, we had to get your attention somehow. Akemi yelled in response. Did you think of maybe just calling me? Naruto said, rubbing the spot on his head where Akemi had hit him with a rock. I thought you were tougher than that. To think Jiraiya-sama thinks so highly of you, maybe he should take on another protege, someone who can take a hit, Akemi joked. Yeah, very funny. So what did you guys want? Naruto asked, walking over to the Kunoichi. Well, we were thinking that this would be a good time to train together as a team. After all, the Chunin exams are supposed to be taken in teams. We wouldn't want to get eliminated because our teamwork isn't up to scratch, Haku said. Oh, so that's all. Sure, sounds like it could be fun. May as well run through some teamwork exercises. Best way to do this would be to take on some missions together, but I guess we don't really have enough time for that, Naruto said casually. The three shinobi began running through several drills to build teamwork, mostly combination patterns and attacks. You know, I do not see how this is really necessary. There are nothing but teams of genin that we are up against, Naruto said. Well, we are not all unbeatable like you are, Akemi said. I'm not unbeatable. Jiraiya and Ataka-sensei can still defeat me, Naruto said. Yeah, when you don't try. I have watched your fights with them, you hold back. Akemi said. So do they, Naruto replied. Whatever, in a real fight I bet you would win against them, Akemi replied. It would be foolish to believe that I am unbeatable. If I did, then I would become arrogant and stop working to improve myself. People who are overconfident get defeated, Naruto said. Yet you are the one who said it was pointless to train to fight a bunch of genin, Haku said. That is different. All three of us are far above all of the level of genin. In fact, I have only seen one person that could rival any of us even slightly. And he is a Jinchuriki from Suna, Naruto said. Wait, there is another Jinchuriki competing? Haku asked. Yes, and he seems to be rather unstable. A one-on-one fight for most genin or even chunin would almost certainly end in death, Naruto said. Well, that is a reason to train harder then, isn't it? Haku said. I guess, but one person is not worth getting overly worried about, Naruto reassured the ice wielder. With Team 7, Sasuke's bad mood had not improved by the time Kakashi had finally arrived. In fact, his mood was so bad he had not said a single word since he arrived, and completely ignored Hinata's greeting when she arrived at the meeting location. Yo! Kakashi said lazily as he appeared in a puff of smoke. You're late. Sakura yelled. Ugh, yeah, sorry about that. I had to help this old woman home with her bags, and it turned out she lived on the other side of the village, Kakashi said with a nice smile. Liar! Sakura accused. Anyway, I have the forms for you to fill out. And then I want you all to rest up for the exams at the end of the week, so training and missions are cancelled, Kakashi informed his genin. Sasuke was the first person to grab a form. He said he would be competing. So I will simply defeat him in exam and order him to tell me where Ataki is. It will be punishment for disrespecting me. Sasuke see that internally as he filled out the form quickly and handed it back to Kakashi. You seem rather distant today, Sasuke, Kakashi said, trying to make the raven-haired Uchiha open up. It's nothing, I am just focused on these exams. I met someone that is competing, and I have to defeat him no matter what, Sasuke said. Really, who is that? Kakashi asked. Naruto Uzumaki, Sasuke said in an emotionless tone. Kakashi's eyes widened, and Hinata dropped the pen she was using to fill out her form. "Na Naruto-kun is competing?" she asked sheepishly. "Yes. I was going to ask for your help in locating him so that I could beat the location of my brother out of him. But now I know where he will be, all I have to do is fight him in the Chunin exams," Sasuke said. "Are you sure it was him?" Kakashi asked. "Positive, he was talking to a red-headed boy from Suna, Garasubaku. And he told him his name," Sasuke said grumpily. "Naruto is competing in the Chunin exams. But why? He must have a team with him, and someone acting as a sensei." Hiruzen-sama did inform the Jounins and the council that a team of wandering shinobi would be competing, and they were all under the age of 15. That must have been Naruto's team, so Hokage-sama must have known Naruto was returning to compete in the exams. "I think I will go and talk to him after we have finished here," Kakashi thought. Sasuke, where did you see Naruto-kun?" Hinata asked. "It doesn't matter. He got away," Sasuke said. "Tell me, Sasuke. What will you do should Naruto tell you where your brother is? Do you really think you can beat him as you are now?" Itachi was a genius in every sense of the word. If you were to go after him, the only thing you would accomplish is your death. I am telling you to forget about this need for revenge, it will consume you in the end, Kakashi warned. HN was Sasuke's only reply. Eventually Sakura and Hinata finished their forms and returned them to Kakashi. "Well, you know the date, so all you have to do is go to the academy in the morning. And go to room 302, Kakashi said and disappeared in a puff of smoke after a friendly goodbye wave. "So Sasuke-kun, do you want to go look for that blonde-haired baka again?" Sakura asked eagerly. "No, I am going to fight and humiliate him in the exams," Sasuke said and walked off. Hinata, however, was already scanning the area around them with her Byakugan, trying to find Naruto's unique chakra, that had spots of Kyuubi's chakra visible in it. Hokage office, Hiruzen was sitting behind his desk reading the latest copy of Ika Ika when the door opened. Shocked by the sudden entrance, the Hokage hid his beloved book quickly before he could realize who it was who had entered. He breathed a sigh of relief when he saw who it was. "Oh, it's you, Kakashi-kun. Why were we not informed of the return of Naruto Uzumaki to the village?" Kakashi asked seriously. "Ah, so I take it you saw him?" Hiruzen asked. "No, I didn't, but Sasuke has," Kakashi said. "Well, to answer your question, I will ask one of my own. What do you think the elders would do should they find out Naruto is here competing as a wandering ninja with no affiliation to any village?" Hiruzen said. "I believe they would attempt to capture him to forcefully return him to the village," Kakashi admitted. "Precisely. And that would mean Danzo would try to get his hands on the boy. Those eyes of his are powerful, so Danzo will attempt to turn him into his own personal weapon. Not that it would work. I believe after just talking to him, that Danzo would not only fail, but most likely lose his life in the attempt to capture or control Naruto. Now I have another question for you. What do you think the civilian population and some of the less informed ninja would do should they know Naruto was back in the village?" Hiruzen continued. "I would say that the civilians would try to have him arrested or killed on some made-up charges, and the ninja may even attempt to kill him themselves," Kakashi said. "That was the same conclusion I came up with, so I kept Naruto's return to the village a secret. After all, it is only on a temporary basis. He will be gone at the end of the exams," the Hokage admitted. "Very well, I can understand the secrecy. But do you really think you can keep it a secret once the exams start? He is using his own name after all, and people will not be fooled by his eyes for long. The whisker marks and the blonde hair give it away," Kakashi said. "To you and I maybe, but Naruto was ignored by the villagers. They pretended he didn't exist, so it is perfectly natural for them not to see what is right before their eyes. I do believe, however, that after the second task he may have some troubles. But he will have his team and Jiraiya-kun with him, so it will not be too much to worry about," the Hokage replied. "Jiraiya-sama is back in the village too?" Kakashi asked. "Yes. but I doubt he will allow himself to be seen much. My guess is he would be at the bathhouses doing his research for his next book. Hiruzen answered. I see, so that is why Jiraiya-sama left the service of Konoha. He wanted to take Naruto with him. So I guess he found Naruto after he had awakened those eyes of his, and to protect him from becoming a weapon for the village, he left Konoha. So Naruto had been trained by Jiraiya-sama for the past 5 years. He will be far stronger than any genin in this exam, Kakashi said. You are right. According to Jiraiya-kun, Naruto-kun is about the same strength as he is. Hiruzen replied. Then why are you allowing him to enter these exams? Kakashi asked, shocked to hear how strong the Hokage believed Naruto was. Well, there are 2 reasons actually. Although one of them is rather selfish. I wanted to see him again. I remember him as a boy, always smiling and full of life. Just like his mother. Although he also got into a lot of trouble, Hiruzen said. Just like his mother did as well, I think you will find. She once told me the story of her first day at the academy when she beat up all the people that were picking on her, Kakashi said. Yes, indeed. When Jiraiya came to me and said he wanted to include Naruto into the Chunin exams, I just couldn't refuse the chance to see him once more, the Hokage admitted. I see. You said there was another reason though. Kakashi reminded the Hokage. Yes, well, you see, Jiraiya found out something interesting about the new village that appeared and decided to compete in this exam. The leader of the village is Orochimaru. Also, it is not a village at all. There is only a underground base there. So he thought Orochimaru might be using the Chunin exams as an attempt to attack Konoha. Naruto's team was offered as support. To find the team from Oto and find out what they know about Orochimaru's plans, Hiruzen stated. So they are here to protect the village. Kakashi said, shocked slightly by the main reason Naruto was in Konoha. Yes, Naruto still loves Konoha. But I do not believe he will take the abuse they gave him before. He loves the village but hates the people, the Hokage said. So there is no hope of him returning to stay? Kakashi asked. I do not think so. I believe this will be the last we see of Naruto for quite some time, Hiruzen said sadly. Kakashi bowed and said a respectful farewell to the Hokage before leaving the room. There was only one spot in the village Kakashi could go to clear his head when things got to him like they were now. After leaving the Hokage's office, he shunshined to the memorial stone where he stood until the sun had long since set from the sky. The rest of the week passed without much incident for Naruto and his team. They spent a couple of hours every day working on teamwork drills. Akimi's speed and taijutsu ability was a brilliant counterbalance to Naruto's ninjutsu skills, although he was definitely no slouch when it came to taijutsu, which Haku found out when she watched Naruto and Akimi spar. He never wasted a move, and while he was not as fast as Akimi was with her swift release, he was far more skilled in his kata and seemed to have a counter for every move. Haku fit in with their teamwork almost flawlessly. Her skill with senbon and other long-ranged weapons was perfect. In the end, they had a well-balanced team with a close-range taijutsu user, a mid to close-range ninjutsu, and a long-range support. Alright, we should get through this easily, but remember what the main mission is. We need to find the team from Oto and learn everything that they know about Orochimaru. Also, we do not know if he has any people working undercover, so it would be best if we confront them away from any teams from other countries, Naruto said as they walked towards the academy. Yeah, we know. How hard can it be? They are probably just a bunch of Orochimaru's rejects, Akimi said. You shouldn't underestimate your opponents, Haku lectured. Haku-chan, not you too, Akimi whined. Well, you do tend to do that pretty often, Naruto joked. Oh, and are you saying that you don't? Akimi yelled back at the blonde. There was no harshness in her voice, however, and it was little more than a couple of friends giving each other a hard time. The 3 shinobi made it to the academy still joking with each other. Once they entered the doors and went up the first flight of stairs. The joking stopped, however, when they saw a large group of people standing outside a door blocked by 2 ninja that Naruto could easily see were 2 Chunin under a henge. It's a decoy to weed out any teams that can't spot a genjutsu. Let's go around, Naruto said quietly. No sooner had they gotten to the end of the hallway that opened up into a small dojo that there was a call from behind them. Remove that genjutsu and get out of the way. Well, so much for the pretest, Haku sighed. Man, what an idiot who would willingly tell the possible opposition that. Akimi said, clearly shocked. Obviously someone who is smart enough to notice a genjutsu but either too dumb to realize the purpose of it. Or they just want to prove that they are superior to everybody else by showing off, Naruto said. My guess is it's a mixture of both, Akemi giggled. I came to the same conclusion, Naruto chuckled. They had made it up the stairs just as they heard a confrontation starting behind them. You are Sasuke Uchiha. Rookie of this year's academy class and genius, are you not? If so, then I challenge you right here and now, a voice called out. Hey, wait up, let's see where this goes, Naruto said to the two kunoichi, who shrugged but agreed to follow as they made their way to a balcony overlooking the dojo but still out of sight. Below them was Sasuke with Hinata and Sakura flanking him on either side. And a boy with a bowl haircut wearing green spandex. Okami, it's one of the freaks we saw running around the village the other day, Akemi said. Yes, and the others were with Kakashi Hatake on the bridge in Wave, Haku added. This might actually be interesting, Naruto said as he turned his attention to the group just as Sasuke began to open his mouth. You know who I am, and yet you still wish to fight me? Sasuke sneered at the boy. Sasuke, this isn't a good idea. Lee is in Niji Aizen's team. I have seen them train, Hinata said, trying to deter Sasuke from accepting the fight. I want to fight you to prove that with hard work even a loser can defeat a genius, the now named Lee spoke. Hey, I like him, Naruto whispered with a smile of respect on his face. Fine, but don't expect to be able to defeat me, Sasuke said, and he charged forward. The fight was brief and brutal. Sasuke was completely manhandled, and it would have become far worse for Sasuke had it not been for the arrival of a turtle, and a larger version of Lee. Sweet Kami, there is two of them. Is the smaller one a clone or something? Naruto whispered. I don't know, I just hope that there isn't any more of them, Haku said. Looks like the show is over now anyway. Let's get to room 302 already, Akemi said, and began dragging Naruto, who had seen something that had shocked him to the very core and made him want to burn his eyes out. What happened, Naruto? You look like you just saw a ghost, Haku asked. It was horrible, they were hugging on a beach. I couldn't dispel it no matter how hard I tried. Demonic genjutsu from hell, Naruto wept as he curled up into a ball and began slowly rocking. Okami, he's broken. What do we do now? Haku asked. No idea. Snap out of it, Naruto. Akemi yelled at the blonde before giving him a light slap across the face. That seemed to do the trick and Naruto came to his senses. Thanks, Akemi, I needed that, Naruto sighed in relief. What the hell could have possibly made you react that way? Akemi asked. I don't want to talk about it, Naruto shivered. Fine, we're here anyway, Akemi said. They entered the classroom to find it completely full to bursting point. Aw man, this sucks. How are we supposed to get the team from Oto alone in this mess? Naruto whined quietly. Naruto moved further into the room but stooped when he felt someone approach them from behind. Whirling around, Naruto saw the gravity-defying silver hair of Kakashi. Oh, Kakashi Hatake. A pleasure to see you again, Naruto said. Naruto. I would like to apologize for my actions on the bridge in the Land of Waves, Kakashi said. Apology accepted. However, I do not feel there was any need to apologize. You thought you were doing the right thing. And as Itaka-sensei and I were able to leave without any major issues, no harm was done, Naruto assured the silver-haired Jounin. Why do you work with Itaka? If you don't mind me asking, Kakashi said. Why not? He is strong and has been able to teach me a lot. He may have killed his clan, but that doesn't mean he is necessarily a bad person. Maybe they had done something to him that justified it. Either way, he has been nothing but helpful and kind to me, Naruto said. I suppose that is understandable. I won't take up any more of your time, I need to go greet my team after all. Oh, and good luck in the exam, Kakashi said, giving Naruto one of his patented eye smiles, before walking away to greet Team 7 who had just entered the room. Naruto quickly began scanning around the room and it didn't take long to find the three Oto ninja. There they are, Naruto whispered to Akemi, causing her to glance in the direction that Naruto was looking. They look like they think they are superior to everyone here, Akemi said. I know what you mean, they look like they own the place. Especially the one that looks like a mummy, Naruto said. Naruto's attention was drawn away from the Oto genin when he heard someone say his name. Looking for the person who called him, Naruto spun around and saw all of his old class along with a silver-haired Konoha ninja that Naruto didn't recognize. Channeling chakra into his ears and focusing on the conversation the silver-haired boy was having with Sasuke, Naruto began eavesdropping. So you want Information on Rock Lee, Gaara Subaku, and Naruto Uzumaki, right? The silver-haired boy asked. That's right, can you do that, Kabuto? Sakura asked. No problem, giving me the names will make it incredibly easy. Okay, first up is Rock Lee, Kabuto said, but the second he pulled the info card out of his pocket, his entire deck including Lee's flew out of his grasp. What tha? It isn't very nice to give out information about other people, Naruto said as the deck of cards flew into his outstretched hand. What are you doing? Scared we are going to find out something about you. Sasuke sneered when he saw Naruto. The reactions from the rest of the Konoha rookies was varied. Most of them had no idea who he was, but Hinata couldn't help but blush. While Shikamaru eyed Naruto intently, sure that he had seen the blonde somewhere before. That same thought process was running through the mind of Shino, and he had already planned to send a Kikaku beetle to investigate this newcomer. That is quite a useful jutsu you have there. I assure you all the information I have gathered is easily accessible. Now if I might have my cards back. I don't believe I know your name, sorry, Kabuto said with a friendly smile. It's Naruto Uzumaki. And no, you can't have your ninja info cards back. You were about to give out information about me. Not that it would do any good, as there won't be anything of any use on mine, as I am not a ninja of any village. But I think Lee and Gaara have a right to keep their abilities secret. And if it is easily accessible, then they should have done the research themselves. Before the exams, Naruto said. Then I will put them away. But may I please have them back? I promise to not share any more information, Kabuto said. I guess so. But first I will permit you to tell them what my card says as long as I can see it first, Naruto said. That should be simple enough, just channel some chakra into the cards and think of the name you want, then draw a card, Kabuto said. Naruto did as he was told and drew the card with his information on it. A little more than I expected, but nothing major, nothing here that I wouldn't expect sensei to put in my entrance form anyway, Naruto thought before handing it along with the rest of the cards back to Kabuto. Kabuto's eyes widened when he looked at the card. Are you sure it is okay for me to tell them this? He asked. Tentatively unsure on what Naruto's reaction would be. Yeah, it's fine, there isn't anything I want to keep hidden in there anyway. Besides, I told you that you could, Naruto said. Very well then. Naruto Uzumaki, wandering ninja and part of Team Yoanakuchi. Comprising of himself, Hakumomoichi, and Akimi Hayaku. He has completed over 200 missions, none of them below C rank. And has never been harmed in combat. His ninjutsu and taijutsu skills are off the charts along with his chakra capacity. The only weakness that I can see is he has no skill in kenjutsu and only slightly above average skills in genjutsu. Oh, there is one more thing, the sensei of Team Yoanakuchi is none other than Jiraiya of the Sun in, Kabuto said, causing the listening crowd to eye Naruto wearily and Sasuke to seethe internally. So if Jiraiya has sent a team here, maybe he suspects Orochimaru-sama is planning something. I should inform him as soon as possible, Kabuto thought. Probably just bad information. You don't look so tough. Sasuke said. Well, feel free to attack me during the exams and see for yourself, team, Naruto said, causing Akimi to chuckle, but Haku remained silent. You were the fake hunter ninja that was with Zabuza on the bridge in Wave, weren't you? Hinata asked, finally fighting down her blush. Yes, I was. I guess the information on Naruto's card sort of gave that away, Haku admitted. Well, that and you hold yourself the same way, Hinata admitted. She is rather stoic, isn't she? Akimi chuckled. Yeah, if she was a bit older she would be just like a female version of Itaka-sensei, Naruto added, causing both Naruto and Akimi to both burst out laughing, much to the confusion of the Konoha ninja and anger of Sasuke. Who knows? Itaka is only about 5 years older than she is. Maybe we have found Itaka the perfect girlfriend, Akimi said, continuing her teasing of the stoic ice user, who was now an almost Hinata-worthy shade of red from embarrassment. Meanwhile, most of the shinobi in the room were looking at Naruto and Akimi like they were idiots for drawing so much attention to themselves and laughing when they were about to take the first task. Are those two insane? Koji asked Shikamaru. I don't think so. Look how relaxed they are not concerned about this exam or anyone that is in it. I say we stay away from them, Shikamaru replied. Several others in the group nodded in agreement as Naruto and the other members of his team walked away. Seconds later the door burst open and a large man walked in wearing a dark blue bandana, a large black coat and a grey umbu outfit.